G'day, ladies and gentlemen. How is everybody today on a beautiful Sunday morning and a Saturday evening? We have survived another storm. Um, I've got photos and that from what eventuated here yesterday morning. Here about just after 4 o'clock, we had a wild ride here. G'day, Ray. How are you? Biddlestein, how are you, buddy? Randall. Well, you got the choice, Ray, whether you want the cookies or you want the rabbit eggs. Or then again, you could have both. It's totally
The
up to
cookies
you.
with rabbit eggs in it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll make it a bit of a nice gourmet. Um, G'day, hot dog Andy. How are you?
John Ricard, that's when you should be sleeping in the middle of the night.
Yeah. You should be.
Unless you
But
work third shift, then you sleep in the middle of the day.
yeah. Dave Crooked River, how are you, buddy? Jean Ricard, how are you? Peyton, how are you, buddy? Nice to see you in here. Yeah, so we had a bit of a wild morning yesterday. Thomas Gresses, how are you? I got woken up about 4:30 yesterday morning with this wild sounds coming out from outside and sounded like a freight. I wouldn't even say a freight train. Geez, it sounded like a low flying jumbo jet and a full thrust coming down because we got tin roofs around the place. And I thought, what the hell is going on? So I got out of bed and have a look, and it was bucketing. Well, it wasn't quite bucketing down rain. It was leading up to a bucketing down rain. It was like someone was with a big fire hose and just hosing everybody down, the roofs down. We got by 5 o'clock, about 10 past 5, or thereabouts, within the hour from the 4:30 to 5:30, we copped something like about close to 12 inches of rain just within this little area. Up on the g'day JD, how are you, buddy? Your rabbit went crazy. Yeah, she is. Yeah, it's helping the rail gang with the crane. Up on the escarpment, like the people that have followed me, we've got the mountain ridge just behind me here. They copped in that same period because that's where the center of the storm was. They copped something like between 16 to 18 inches in that same period. That is a lot of water dropped down in short period of time. Now, I have put stuff on my Facebook and here on YouTube showing some of the video highlights of within the area. They still cleaning up. They're still mopping up. Thankfully, everything is gone. Rain like a cow pissing on a flat rock. Mate, it wasn't even that. Like some of you guys have seen some of my photos and videos that I've done from the out the front of my place. By 10 past 5 in the morning, the kids' club room or the changing sheds in the bathrooms over across the street, I could not see it. The rain was coming that bad. G'day, Steve. How are you? So that was.
And Artie. Apparently, Artie, you're not people of the internet.
I'm not the internet.
He says hi. Well, I think he's trying to say hi there, people of the internet, and Artie. So there's people of the internet, and then you.
Oh, okay, yeah, Steve.
You're outside the group.
Yeah. They're still cleaning up and mopping up. North side of the city caught the worst. One spot where I used to live before I moved to here, a house got lifted up and taken down the creek. There was 2 people that were inside.
It became a boathouse without meaning to.
Yeah. There were 2 people inside it. Thankfully, they're okay and didn't get too seriously hurt. The rail lines are still shut down. There's a lot of washaways and whatnot. I did have intentions of going to the train show in Sydney yesterday afternoon, but I decided not to after the deluge and the mess that was going around. my landlord did end up coming around about lunchtime, and he told me he only lives not even 5 minutes away from here. And just to get to the main freeway, where it normally takes us 10, 15 minutes, it took him an hour and a half to find a road to get to the freeway to get to Sydney because he had to do some work. Try to keep him safe from others that would take it wrong. The rabbit's giving instructions to the maintenance and wake. Well, that's right, it does. It's like, well, hurry up, get it going. If you're not, we'll just pick it up and rip it off the tracks. That's the way that the rabbits work, Ray. But yeah, we've even had dumpsters from up the road. I'll show you some pictures from the morning. Thanks to the courtesy of the neighbours in the next street over, it went them away. G'day, Tammy and Ray, how are you? The water level actually was a lot further up their street this time. If I take it a comparison, you can basically draw a line halfway across the football field, but that's up on the other side. It was a raging river. Even the shopping centre copped it. But thanks to the neighbours, they allowed me to use the photos. Let me see if I can get it up. Get the photos up, I meant. Steve, we had more than a soaking. I tried to stop these chicks from going and having mud fight wrestling in the football field across the road, and they just gone straight down. They're part of fertilizer now. Okay, let me see. Oh,
yeah. And while Artie's looking up stuff, just your weekly special co-host sidekick greeting to everybody here. Not your ordinary greeting, but a very special and delightful greeting to everyone on the other side of the monitors that you are currently watching.
Okay, this is going strange. Okay, where are you? Oh, yeah. Oh, here we go. I'll get that up. Okay.
So Artie, you shouldn't be on the internet with your hands below screen talking about getting something up. Thank you.
Well, that's down here. I mean, I'm not doing anything else. Okay, I have one hand up. Okay, how's that sound? That still doesn't look good, does it?
No, because I don't know. Maybe Australians do it different. I didn't think it required two hands, unless you're bragging. Never mind. Just stop now. We'll move on. Go back to that special greeting.
Okay, hang on. This is not playing the way I want to. Okay. All right, here we go. As you all can see, I'm not an expert at this. G'day, Eric. How are you? Just saying before I'm getting ready for bed. Okay, it's all right. I've got to sort it out, Eric. G'day, Andy Dobson. How are you? Okay, I think I've got it now. Yeah, we have it. Here we go. Here we go. That's on the other side of. That's the western side of me, and now that building in the distance is.
Hello, Rick. Welcome in.
Is a football field or a sports club. G'day, Rick. How are you? Now this will be roughly about halfway along my parkway, but the next street over to the west. This was roughly about 4:45.
Hey, Robin. Nice to have you here.
Hey, Robin. How are you, darling? Hopefully you're well. That's the following morning, and the water's still coming down. That dumpster there is from
the top of Artie's house.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. No.
that red car got floated down the street from up the road. The
Right to the
dumpsters
dumpster,
come up.
convenient.
The dumpsters come from the top of the hill. We'll get a map up. Now, where you see... Oh, no, that's not what I wanted.
Other way.
Yeah, there we go. Where you see that light pole there with the yellow on it, my street's out to the left of that. Now, this was taken roughly about 6:30 in the morning, and the water was still flooding through. And as you can see, someone's going through with a nice Mercedes-Benz going through the flood waters. That didn't learn from last time. But the water level was higher this time. All that there, if you have a look.
They couldn't help it, Artie. That car had alligator leather in it. It felt natural halfway underwater.
This will give you an idea how high the water level was. You could not see the car park. Actually, that dumpster will be out from the other side. And that's the swimming pool around the corner. On the right side there on the top of the hill, we got our public swimming pool there. That was roughly about 5:30. This is down Dapto. That's the railway crossing lights. That's down by where Richard lives, near his station. That's Dapto Station underwater. That's south. That's roughly about 5 minutes drive from me. And that's 6:00 in the morning.
I think we're going to have to invent submarine trains.
Yeah, we're working on it. That's looking south towards Richard's place. And as you can see, it is no way the train's going to go through that. That's a lot of water. It's worse than the 98 floods we had. This is further down the coast. As you can see, there's no ballast. It's all been washed away. That's down Gerringong way. It's a beautiful area down here, by the way. But yeah,
hope they got one of those Hornby or Bachman ballasting.
Yeah, hopefully they do have, but they got to get it down because up at Coal Cliff, one of the harder hit areas up north, they've actually had rock slides. Now this is down by the airport, again further south. I don't know. People keep getting told you're not drive in floodwaters, but they still do. And this is when the water was subsiding. The water level was actually up to where you see that traffic lights. The water level was up to there, apparently. And that's looking at Dapto Station. It was like, nuts. There you go. That's the water level. Looking at the Tongara Creek down at Abbey Park. That's a lot of water.
Jacuzzi cars.
Yeah. That would have been close to 6:00 down the coast because it moved south. Down the southern areas are still getting it. We're still getting a lot of water come down. Whoop, hang on. Down the mountain. Okay. This is getting to the height of it. This is starting to get the height of it. This is again looking at the club. It wasn't too long after this, it got to a point where you could not see the buildings. The rain was coming. That's hard, and the winds were coming. Now this is, gives an idea. This guy's standing halfway up his footpath. He's on the nature strip at the front. That's how deep the water was, and that's roughly about 4:45 in the morning. Oh, hang on. Oh, why is he doing that? And this is Port Kembla. Is it Port Kembla Station? Yeah, it looks like Port Kembla Station. even it got it, and it was on the edge of the rainstorm. But even it was flooding. Now, a lot of these photos are courtesy of. Now, this the house. This is the house that became a houseboat. Um, Two people inside it are lucky to be alive. I live just up on the other side of the hill to the right before I moved to here. Thank God I moved. But yeah, this area here, a lot of this water came from up the escarpment. And there's a creek there, and of course, a lot of the trees and logs got to the bottom of the drain there. And there's a bridge creating a dam, and it backfilled. And the next minute, everything started lifting. And now this is a storm front. Where the dark purple bit, we're right down below the L. That shows you how bad the rain was falling, and that was at 4 o'clock in the morning. Haven't seen it that wild for a long, long time. Bigfoot, and definitely.
Actually, that was the Australian version of the Yeti called the Wetty. Comes out in the big floods.
Yeah. We got hammered. You guys had major flooding, but we down here, Robin, we had on the escarpment on our measurement, we had 269 millimeters of rain fall in within the hour. Of course, all that water's got to go somewhere. Looks like not my MRI. That looks like it. Yeah, it's a lot worse. It's a lot worse than our '98 floods. We did have another floods down the Dapto area when I think it was the late '80s, early '90s. We had bad floods there. Now, of course, it's going to get worse because a lot of the floodplains has been filled in and they built houses on it. It was an experience, but I'm lucky here. I can keep my car out the safe place, and I'm not going to. G'day, Russ. How are you? Welcome, and yeah, g'day, Rick Bailey. How are you? Dave BNSF, Jacuzzi Cars. Yeah. Well, that blue Commodore that was there, he was lucky no water got into the car. He ended up moving it up the driveway a bit. And it missed it from going into the door by about an inch. Happy to live on a hill. You know what? The thing is, I like to live on the high ground, but I wouldn't like to be really, really living on the hill. After seeing what happens in our hilly areas over there, I think I'd just rather be on high ground. Because when you're near the edge of the hill or whatnot, you get that gushing water and does a lot of damage. Up on the north coast, the rail lines closed due to risk of slippage. Coalcliff got hit pretty hard. The roads have been cut off. There's numerous roads have been cut off. In Dad's house, what I would say around the corner, look, at the bottom of those photos, when the water peaked, I would say it would have been close to about 3 foot deep, if not 4 foot deep. But one thing I just can't understand, and I've seen it happen so often, is these people in these four-wheel drives, they reckon it'd be good to be able to go full speed ahead through these floodwaters. And what they are doing is they're creating ways where it makes the water go into people's houses. Don't build on sandstone like they do in. Yeah, well, that's the problem, JD. A lot of our ground here, particularly up towards the edge of the escarpment, is sandstone. Following the feet and then flatten it out. Yeah, well, we can do that. I still like to be on higher ground. The highest water levels ever got here, and I said this before, is 64, and that's up the second step. The water didn't quite make it over the lip of my driveway coming in, so it was good. I mean, not good. I mean, it was nail biting. Of course, because of that, I didn't go to the train show. Plus, I wanted to stay home. There was, g'day, Ray Bobel, how are
Hey,
you?
how are you?
So I just thought I'd stay home as a play it safe. Now, next weekend, I'm hoping to do the live stream from Tilmy Steam Festival, weather permitting, because that storm system's supposed to be coming back up. Hopefully, it'll blow off the coast. So I'll let the notification out on the Friday night American time, whether I'm going or not. At this stage, I am. Whether young Richard's going to come with me or not is a different question, because he still doesn't know because it's work commitment. But yeah, I'm looking forward to going up to do another Steam Festival. But I'm only going for an hour on the stream because I want to have a bit of a look around. So the layout is progressing slowly. There's been with the hands and my shoulders just giving me some issues. And then of course I've been waiting for components. Yeah, you remember how I went up to Sydney the other week there, Anthony, to buy this component for my layout that
Right.
Yeah. Have you ever had that and this is to all the other viewers, you have an expensive bit of component and you know you got a spare one in your room and you cannot find it, but you know you have it. But at the end of it, you give up and get another one.
And then you find the one you couldn't find.
Well, the shop didn't have it up in Sydney, so I decided to do a mail order to Train World in New York. And that's probably why they had the earthquake, because I dropped my order. Well, as soon as I paid for the new piece and whatnot, and they have it shipped out, which should be here sometime next week, I've gone underneath the layout and started moving some boxes, and I thought I'd better have a look to see how many empty boxes I have, because I've got to reduce the space. And guess what I find? I find the piece that I was looking for.
Oh, I thought it was the Ark of the Covenant.
The what?
Nothing, never mind.
Oh. Yeah. And as simple as that, Andy. There
it is. Of Al Capone's vault.
Yeah.
No, it's just the component you couldn't find.
Yeah, I couldn't find it. And it was like,
oh yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be something expensive. I just did that with a nice set of tweezer and kit. Is it here? I bought a really nice set last year and I use it. And I was using it a few weeks ago when I was looking on the Fowler car and I came down to work on something else. I was like, I need my kit. I looked everywhere for it. I could not find it. I could not find it. And so after 2 days of delaying, I said, well, I don't know what I did with it. And I bought one on Amazon. And Amazon was on 2-day delivery at the time. And the day before Amazon delivered, I opened a drawer over here and there was my kit. Why the hell that kit was in that drawer, I don't know. I don't know if in one of I need to clean this area up and do something. I threw it in there and thinking, I'll remember it's there. No. But yeah, been there, done that.
Yeah. Well,
got bad memories and scars.
And of course, I'm doing up a couple of sections of the track, and I put my file down, because I file the burrs and that off, and I put it down, and yesterday I was here looking for. I had a landlord working in the kitchen, getting a new kitchen up, and you think I can find the file? I cannot find the file, and it's a nice little file. Nice, it gives a nice smooth finish. You think I could find it, but then again, the table is a mess. No. So anyway, going in my toolbox because I know I've got spare ones, and I find my spare one. As I take that out and looking for a cloth or something because it's got a bit of oil on it, as I clean it, looking for the cloth, guess what I find? About half an hour later.
Best way to find something lost is to buy a new one.
Buy a new one or go look for something else. But it's slowly getting there. I do have to recut a little bit of
timber. Lost a small sharp piece, then you just walk barefoot through the room. You'll find it.
Yeah, well, I stepped on something that was a bit harder than the Lego yesterday, the lamp and barefoot. You know those Jimmy bars that they got? They're about this big and they've got sharp ends on one end of it. It's curved up. It's like the old crowbar. It was down on the floor here, upside down. And I was walking through it, I stepped on it. Big! That's why they call it bastards. Yep, you're right. But I'm hoping to have it up and running by next week or week after. Looking for my needle nose tweezers in the other day and couldn't find it. Sitting on another tweezer, used it and found the one. Those are the other things, tweezers. And I've got a couple of nice little screwdrivers I work with, yes, and they always go missing. It's like a 9 and 10 mil socket and spanners. They always go missing until you start looking for something else. So there's the exit out of the top station. That's just about done. I'll reset a lot of the tracks. That's going to be rearranged. Now I just got to, since the weather's cleared up, I've got to cut a bit more few little bits of pieces of timber outside. So after the show, I'm going to go and do that. And I've got more set track, and make the curves so I can lay the curves a lot quicker because I'm doing a passing loop. So I'll be able to get into that, and hopefully by midweek I'll get the trains up and going again. Must be the bunny. Yeah, don't look, Steve. No jokes aside, that thing does hide things, particularly the mobile phones.
But see, Artie, that's the situation. See, there's you and the rabbit. There's only two people that could be guilty. When you have a family, like wife and 3 kids, there's exponential number of possibilities that could happen to anything that was missing. You know, where's my goods? Where's this one particular plier I'm looking for? Where's this large blue-handled wrench? Where's it? Nobody knows where it is, and then I'll find it in the yard. Why is it in the yard? Oh, yeah, I was fixing my bike. Why didn't you put it away when you were done? Well, because I went for a bike ride. I was going to put it away when I came back, and I forgot. Yeah, anything can happen.
Just a quick one for you, Anthony, and when Joyce comes over here next year, don't keep your phones down on low spot where she'll get to it because they'll go missing. And she's got a habit with purses too now. She's got a thing about ladies' purses and guys' wallets. Annie Dobson, next weekend, hopefully I will get some more Aussie railways up.
If they haven't floated away.
Exactly, yeah. It will float away, washed away, whatever. So I am going to get out and about. I've just been concentrating on getting stuff done in here. And, of course, what becomes a little also challenging when you're trying to get work done is running around in between appointments. Every second day I've got an appointment, and that takes up nearly half the day. So I'm trying to get out and about, but I will be having some more Australian content. And obviously, there's no trains running down on this line for a good week. They reckon they might get some of the trains up and running in about 3 days, 4 days. Don't know how far up, but yeah, they really get into it. And these ones will be ended. These will be the old steam trains next weekend. Thilmere has a steam train festival every year. I have been asked by a certain viewer. He's been asking me, and almost to a point, nagging me in a good way. Are you going? Are you going to the steam festival? Are you going to the steam? Yeah, I've got to find out when it's on. Lucky I checked because I nearly forgot about it. Lucky I checked, but yeah, I do want to go up there, weather permitting, and whether we can get up there.
Just get a canoe. Just get a canoe, and that way you can paddle up there if all else fails.
Man,
or if you're paddling upstream.
How do you paddle up? How do you paddle a canoe up a waterfall? Especially when you've got about 100 foot, 200 foot drop.
You row really hard and fast.
Okay.
I've seen it done in cartoons. It must be capable of being done in real life.
Okay. So, would you be able to demonstrate?
Bugs Bunny can do it. You can do it.
Bugs Bunny can do it. Big C, start canoeing.
It's just like if you walk off a cliff. Don't look down and you won't fall.
A jet engine. There we go. Lee's got it. Leon's got it. Yeah. By the grace of God. No, I think Leon's got it right. Jet engine.
Preferably Acme brand. There you go.
No, I seen what the Acme brands do. Look what happened to the Coyote. It was always bows on him.
Well, that was his problem. He didn't think things through. He didn't, it's like he went off a cliff and he stood there and then he'd look down and that's when he fell.
Yeah, in other words, don't look down.
You'd be surprised, even with bad situations, bad pain, what you'll do when it's an emergency and you got no choice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my shoulders always stop a bit, Robin, but I've got to say, it is actually my uncle showed me a trick how to get up the tiny waterfalls. I don't mean the big ones. Up on a river called Una, which is river Trans Una. Yeah, it's almost like the same River One up in Croatia, in Bosnia. Sorry, Poop Creek. Yeah. Well, at least you got solids on the Poop Creek there, Russ. Yeah, like he used to go up there, a lot of fishing spots up the river, but you had to go over the rapids, and he was showing me how he went up in a canoe, and that was only a single paddle, not one of those fancy double paddled things, just on a single, like the old Indian canoes. And man, the way he used to get them up over the rapids, it was like it took a while to master. Whether I could still do it now, I don't know.
It's a zigzag approach, if I remember. Kind of have to zig back and forth to get up.
Yeah, it is sort of, yeah. And Bunny can pussy. I don't know where you're going there, Steve, with that one, and I'm not touching that. Anti-gravity canoe. Well, he almost turned it into an anti-gravity canoe, Andy. But basically, I wouldn't know. I couldn't say how big the rapids were. But on top of the rapid behind it, it's actually a nice smooth
Wily Coyote.
Stream. But it was fun. Kayaking, that's the one. But yeah, it was. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna have to try to get back in on once my
makes you wonder what that Freudian slip was all about there, then, Steve. If you meant push, but that's what you typed.
Yeah.
Would you like to take a seat on the couch here? We can talk about your sudden obsession with these things.
Yeah. Mind you, Steve has got a pussy that goes around around his layer. Dr. Anthony Dodge is in the house. God help us all.
Dr. Friedrich Lippenschitz.
Yeah, okay. Oh, that's fantastic, Rob. You got over 2,000 followers. All that correct, and I couldn't delete. Yeah, they're good excuse. That's what everybody is, an excuse.
I've heavily analyzed your case, and I've come up with the conclusion.
You're crazy. I think we're all crazy, aren't we? Yeah. That's well done there, Robin. If you want, you can put your Role Model Australia Facebook page on here if you want. You can advertise it.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah. Thank you, Doctor. Yeah, Robin. Yeah, I think we're not. I think we're not the crazy ones. I think we're the nutty ones over here. Woman talking trains. I wonder. Now, Dave, I will be careful. Robin is actually quite intelligent with trains. Yeah. And she's got plenty of 4B2s over at her place too in the shed, within reach. But yeah, she's pretty good with her trains. If you see some of her creations that she has made, and she's also manufactured a lot of model trains too. She has actually done a lot of incredible work with what she's done. The same ones. Russ, don't say that out loud, will you? No, I like the insanity bit. You know, the people.
No, this community has plenty of crazy people.
Yeah. The money is just rolling in now, Robin. Think of all the trains you can get. She's actually got a lot of DC. If anyone's interested in a lot of Engage,
she does amazing work.
Oh yeah, if there's anyone that's interested in
N scale
diesels and the rolling stock, she has got a lot of DC stuff she's trying to get rid of. Get a hold of, get in contact with her. There is no payment coming in. Anyway, I don't buy my trains. I make them. Well, that's definitely right. She doesn't buy them. She makes them. She sees something, she would actually create it. And some of the creations that she's done, I'll put them in another hard drive. I don't think I have anything here. Yeah, she does. Not the full shilling. No, definitely not the full shilling. Let me see if I can find and see if there is anything here on this hard drive.
Coming in, I have a big surprise coming in this Wednesday. I mean,
have you?
My viewers, it's not a surprise to me.
Oh.
Something I briefly mentioned a few times on my live streams, but it's going to be hopefully, because we got to make sure everything's a go, but it's going to be quite a little surprise. Hopefully I'll have a video out Thursday, and then we'll see what happens on the live stream Friday.
I'm just trying to find some guys. Oh, what are you expecting for it to happen on Friday?
Well, I don't want to give away too much. I want it to be a surprise. It is a new train for my layout, but it's going to be quite a surprise.
Oh, did you finally get the bullet train? Did you? You're not saying anything.
New train is the only thing I'm going to say right now.
Okay, I am.
Because I've got another train coming.
How many more you got on back order?
This one's coming in, and then the other two, it's when they get announced for releases. So I've only got 3 coming for sure. And then we'll see what I do it gets. But this new one blew my train budget for the first half of the year.
Oh yeah, well, I gotta go and collect one of my trains.
Just have to wait. Y'all just have to wait. I gotta quit doing this. I always think of a bad Vulcan joke.
I don't see there. A Vulcan joke? Okay, give it
to us. Okay. You know Spock from Star Trek, right? Now.
Yeah.
Spock had a unique habit that he did for 3 years that Star Trek was on. But in year 2 of Star Trek, there's an episode where we find out that the Vulcans males have a large mating urge that occurs every 7 years. I don't know if you know the episode, but you find out in that episode that part of Vulcan lovemaking is that they take the fingertips of the one partner and the fingertips of the other, and they join them together like this. And that's part of the arousal. And then you watch every other Star Trek episode, and how many times you see Spock sitting in a chair going like this. Interesting, Captain. I'll be with you in just a minute, Captain. Just a minute. Just a minute. You'll never watch Star Trek. I can't watch Star Trek, the old series, anymore, because after that episode aired in 1968 or whatever it was, I just noticed how many episodes where Spock's just sitting there. Captain. Spock, we need to talk. I'm busy, Captain.
So you say you're a fan of Dave being as if you now you see what I'm talking about. Get in touch with her if you want some of the stuff. She has got DC stuff that she's been trying to get rid of. Stop doing that. Oh God. But yeah, we'd have a look. Have a look what she's got. She has got Australian stuff as well. She does do a lot of ones, so we could probably convert you over to Australian as well. She doesn't do DCC, unfortunately. So, yeah. I haven't seen her for a while. I will talk to you later on tonight, Robin. So, I will give you a call after I've done everything around here. So, are you guys excited to get down here or not, Anthony?
We're excited and nervous, and we've got a lot of things going on between now and then. I spent all day today. It's the first sunny day we've had in a while, and the weather finally cooperated, and I've been out tearing out my old deck so I can start building the new one, but I've got a long ways to go with tearing this out. I don't know what people consider a big deck or a small deck, but it's the biggest deck I had ever built. It's 14 and a half feet wide and 23 feet long, which is a pretty good sized deck in my opinion.
Yeah. Can you find?
And of course, I just realized that apparently decks are in a every 11-year process with me, because I built my first deck at this house in 2002. Then we replaced it and upgraded it in 2013. So 11 years. It's now 2024, and I'm ripping out my deck and redoing it.
Have you ever thought about going concrete?
Yes and no. It would cost a fortune because you've been at my house, so you've seen the deck.
Yeah.
Now, structurally, the deck is sound. It's just the cedar on top never took the stain properly. And after 11 years, it's rotted out in places. And cedar's not supposed to rot. But, that deck comes up, so when you walk out the back, it's even level. And we like that idea rather than having a down on the floor, down on the ground level deck and having stairs from the patio down. We like having it so that kitchen, dining room flows right out to outside, and it's just one big entertainment area, especially in the summer where you got the screen open so people can sit inside in the kitchen, dining room and talk to the people out on the deck and so forth. So it worked better that way. So to try to bring that up concrete wise, even just to do a concrete footer and then put a deck in would have been ridiculously. But teak is we were going to go composite. We went with cedar because cedar is waterproof, bug proof, and rot proof, except it rotted. So apparently this was
wood does eventually rot somewhere down the track, but I mean, you do get a lot of moisture there, particularly with the snow and everything else.
That's why cedar is used on a lot of American houses. I can't speak for the rest of the world, but throughout America, you have cedar shingled houses and cedar shingle roofs because it's waterproof and resist rotting. But ours definitely, because of screw holes and knots, water gets in there and expands during winter and freezes. So it breaks it apart. So, maybe it's calling it rotting's the wrong term because we didn't, you don't have mold, you don't have that. It just needed to be made prettier. I've done so many projects to improve the look of our house over the last few years.
There is a material that they've been using.
I would have never thought of that.
Yeah. There is a material that they're using now, which is made out of recycled plastic. And it's really, and they're using that for decking, and it's really, really hard. The hardness of it is almost like concrete. What's that? Modwood would be good. Yeah, probably. And it works out, but maybe about the same price or maybe a little bit cheaper than the actual timber flooring. I know a few people that have actually used it. Actually, a good friend of mine, they just built their houses, actually just had their decking made out of it. And when you look at it, you wouldn't think it was actually plastic. It looks like it's wooden decking.
Well, that's the newest big thing in composite decking is basically PVC decking. It lasts the longest, but it's also the most expensive. We do have a bit of a budget we're trying to stay under because I'm also replacing all the rails, and we wanted to go with a new system of rails, which is rather expensive along the side.
But it hasn't. The prices over here, it hasn't been too bad with it.
No, well, cedar was expensive. It's not that expensive now, but we didn't go with cedar again. We're actually just going with standard decking wood, and then we're just going to do really do a good job of coating it and protecting it. And then 11 years from now, when I have to rebuild the deck again, I will. We'll finally go with composite all the way around.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were looking at Trex, but the Trex in our affordable range did not have the best reviews.
Yeah.
There's Trex, there's a few other companies, although Trex is considered the best. But also because where our deck is in the summer, the hottest time of the year, that gets 12, 13 hours nonstop sunlight.
Yeah.
And composite decking is hotter than wood. It even if you get the lighter colors, it has a higher ambient temperature. Now we were looking at different ideas to do that because we do have we have a table out there. It was all covered when you were here, but we have a table and an umbrella. But there's still some issues where it just gets really hot and bright, and we're trying to figure out the best way. We thought about putting up a sail blind and things like that, but it does get windy, and so there's pros and cons to everything we're going to do. Yeah. But I've built plenty of decks.
Actually, I don't know
myself, so I mean, I know how to build decks, and I do a damn good job with it too.
Well, hurry up then. Hurry up then, because it won't be long before you got to sit your ass on that plane and come over.
Yeah, well,
I better shut up.
I'm hoping it'll all be done in a couple of weeks. The new wood is being delivered Monday. New wood is being delivered Monday, and that's what I'm doing today, demoing and touching, looking at the substructure and seeing if I need to replace anything. So far, I don't need to replace anything. The hardest thing is just all the, over time, those screws, just getting all the screws out of the boards, because I don't want to just pry it out, because then I would have to replace the substructure, but I don't want to replace the substructure on this.
So you're going to sell the wood off as firewood for next winter?
I don't know what I'm going to do with the cedar left over yet. Since it's been stained, it can't be used as firewood and stuff like that. So I'm just probably going to get a dumpster and throw some other stuff in it as well. And
I've got a couple of dumpsters around the corner if you want to come and get them.
Yeah, I if I lived where you lived, I wouldn't have to rent one. I'd just wait for the rain to bring one to my front yard.
Bring one down there, yeah. But the one thing that really annoyed me the most about the rain that we had yesterday morning was it is junior rugby league football season that was supposed to kick off yesterday, and I missed out on my breakfast. I have a thing every winter, like when the kids are playing the football, apart from watching their games, is go across the road and get myself an egg and bacon roll, which is like a sandwich for breakfast, or we have the Aussie barbecue sausages in the sausage sandwiches for breakfast in the morning. And look, the money goes to the young kids at the sports club and the dumpster fire. Hey, yeah, Grandpa Rose, here we can have a bonfire.
With that much rain, there was no dumpster fire. Just answer a couple of questions from Ray Bertelson here. Yeah, although the new composites now say you can do it 16-inch on center, you don't have to do 12. I do 16 inches on center. I am using true scale 5/4 board. So it's actually 1 1/4 inch, as opposed to most of the times when you have 5/4, it's actually an inch board. The new math, 2x4s are 1.5 by 3.75 or 1.75 by 3.5. Everything's rounded, but I'm getting official 5/4 board, which is 1 1.25 and 6 inches wide, which is actually 5.5 inches wide.
Hang on a minute.
And then I've got all my spacers and things. It was a beautiful deck when I finished it. It's just the last couple of winters have really, really beat it up with, because I used to restain it every summer, and I haven't restained it in a couple of years. Well, you saw it. It's nice. It's big. It's when you were here, Artie, you saw it.
Yeah, I saw it. I mean, one thing I like to do, and I was talking to the landlord yesterday, like in the back area here, because I've got a concrete ground on the back, I really would like to get a really nice sand, a wet sand and water mix, sand and cement mix, and just have it all leveled up and cover up all those cracks and crevices up, and having a nice picnic area. And we were actually discussing that late last night about getting that all done up. But I don't think we're going to be able to get it done for the time you get here, but it would be nice to have it done. It's really nice to sit outside. You'll see what I mean when you say here. It's undercover. Most of the time you're out of the weather. When I had my cousins up here from Melbourne, we were spending a good time out there. And a lot of times I'll be out there, like, working away on a little electrical project or whatnot on the model trains and doing some modelling out there instead of being inside. I get the fresh air, and when I drop something, I go on my hands and knees, look for it. Next minute, I've got Pixie coming around. Do you need help, Dad? Hang on, before you, I'll give you a helping hand. How about you give me a pat? Hey, you, stop chewing the walls. We're not big at making the tunnels inside the house. Um, I'd be looking at that brisket, not the floor. Yeah, that too, Andy. Yeah, I'm gonna have a nice brisket here. We are gonna have a nice barbecue here, barbecue Sunday here when Anthony arrives. So you be here on the first Sunday of June, which
Well, we'll
is
be here the first Sunday of June. We're coming in May 31st. We leave the 29th and we arrive May 31st.
so on the second. There you go, Andy. Be here for the 2nd of June. There will be a barbecue brisket being cooked out here. Okay. Um, feed me, damn. Need to eat the balls. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I, 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 I think what I noticed even with Randall, the last rabbit I had, um, they're really good in picking up moisture and dampness in the walls, like molds and that. Like in the old place where I was in Victory, there was a couple of spots that had a bit of dampness in the walls, and she'd be chewing on it, just in those particular spots. With all the rain and moisture that we've had here, and the water sitting on the underneath the house, there's been a lot of rising damp, even though we've been airing the place out. Um, and I think we're getting a lot of dampness in the corner. And that's why she's getting into the wall. She has never done that until just recently. Um, but yeah, the only thing I haven't been able to do, and this is something we'll discuss later in the week, because I did try to talk to you this week, is we'll actually talk after the show, just for a quick brief 10 minutes. Most of the things have been arranged up to Sydney, but I just can't get. She needs JD. Well, there's one thing about it, JD. I'm not going to have any little bunny rabbits running around because it's been desexed. So I'll be lucky on that one. Find some scale lumber these days. Oh. Look, I've noticed around here lately, Ray, things and dribs and drabs around here too. One, you got spurts, you got so much of stuff, and then when you don't need it, there's stock. But as soon as you need it, it runs out. At the moment, we've got a shortage. The truck supply is going back down again from Pico. One of the other items that is coming hard to get at the moment, or with the stock coming in the country, and that's all that Cynics ballast and scenery supplies, because they've been stopped at the border for strange reason. After 30 odd years of woodland scenic stuff's coming in, all of a sudden the Australian customs got problems with it.
Huh. Yeah, you just got to see if there's been any interesting music playing, Artie, when your rabbit's in there. If you hear the old American show Hogan's Heroes theme, or if you hear the old famous theme song from the great movie The Great Escape, then she's probably up to no good. She's tunneling.
Oh, hang on. I think, yeah, you might be right, because some of the movies that she's been watching lately are that. You might be right. You might be onto something there, mate. You really are. Yeah. I was more concerned about the murder mysteries and whatnot. All the real life murder mysteries that you see. The real events. She's blocked out there, and the eyes are like, wow. Okay, I wonder if I can do that. Nope, they got busted, so that's no good.
Maybe that's what she's doing. She's not building a tunnel. She's digging a grave.
Yeah, I think so.
How deep do I go? They'll never find him here.
She knows there's a little machine at the back, but he don't dig deep enough. You wonder how she moves the stove. Oh, she knows how to move the stove all right, Andy. Don't you worry. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, she told the landlord how to move it and told him to stop screwing
That's
in
no
place.
ordinary rabbit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
She's been watching Popeye. She's pumping up all the.
What you might? Well, she's seen that part when I was in bed cold. Well, here she is.
Spinach.
Hello, Joyce.
She's eating a lot of spinach.
She's
Joyce
eating
heard you
a lot-
mention that you wanted to talk after the live stream, so she's here.
Yeah, you can say as long as you like, though.
Yeah. All right then, guys. I
You
This
don't
is
have to
Joyce's.
face everybody off.
It's already coming up now, but you guys just hang in there for a sec. I am going to call it a quits here at the moment. So, because I've got things I want to get done outside. Everybody have a good week. I am doing Cab Crew Wednesday this week. As long as we
Everybody's
have
saying
internet.
hi. Well, you can't see it. Everybody's
I
saying
can
hi.
see there.
Um,
Hi, everybody. Hi, Andy,
That
Grandpa
camera.
Rail,
That camera.
Steve.
Straight
Yeah, I
in front.
know, Ray, but I'm reading it there. So,
Oh, you just moved the camera for me.
Yeah, go on, do that. Go on. You can do that. She's the boss. We know that. And next weekend, if it all goes well, shall be doing the live stream through up at Thilmere again with the Steam Festival up there. So
Next Saturday, we're in Columbus.
possibly.
Possibly.
Yeah.
We might be in Columbus next Saturday, but I should still make the stream.
Oh,
okay, all right, no problem. That's what you did last year, wasn't it? Yeah, that's right, you did too. You popped in a bit later on, but I'm not gonna be on it for too long because it's who knows what the temperature was. So good night, Andy. Good night, everybody, and we'll see you.
Andy, you stay up too late. You got a live stream in the morning. I already liked it for you. I don't get up.
That'll be tonight. That'll be tonight for me. So
sorry, Andy, she doesn't get up for you.
Be nice.
Yeah, well, at least it'll be a decent time. It's going to be 11 o'clock now at night, except for 1 o'clock in the morning. That'd be good. All right, guys. Until later on, everyone have fun and stay safe. And bye for now. See you soon.
Ciao, ciao.